The voting process should not be should not be political or partisan, whether you're on the left, the right, or in the middle.
We recognize that voter suppression is a major problem that continues to raise its ugly head in communities all across our country. A lot of people don't know what it looks like. It was a good question that you asked me. What does it look like?
There are some systemic things that we are constantly fighting against, and it's important that we educate our people and our community about what those systemic things are.
Black newspapers have always really had a very important role in getting people to the polls. And this is like no other election that we have seen. And getting people out there to vote is so incredibly important.
The Word in Black collaboration, the group is taking on the task of voter suppression as a topic to explore and to, speak to, because obviously from the historic perspective of the African American community, voter suppression has been there since the initial "you get the right to vote."
We had in 1870 we had the 17th Amendment that gave blacks the right to vote, and so for a brief period of time you saw blacks elected to public office and registered to vote. That was short-lived. There was a huge pushback there, and that it took on even violent components in denying blacks the access to the polls.
I mean, all the way back to Frederick Douglass and then Ida B. Wells, and what that really meant as a voice of, people are literally being killed in the streets, in the forests, in the fields, and nothing is being done, nothing is being said. And these were the people who shed light on that.
Is a situation that is probably going to continue throughout our lifetime, and actually started way before. My mother often speaks of the fact of her father trying to vote and them asking how many jelly beans were in a jar. So I think they're using different techniques today to do that, like eliminating voting districts or voting locations. They've actually switched about 91 of them for the upcoming election. Some of that is going to be attributed to the fact that churches and some schools don't feel safe allowing people to come in to vote during this cycle. But the fact is they've got to find a way that people have the right and ability to be able to vote so that we can eliminate voter suppression.
When you grow up in a community, you pretty much get a sense of what the voting locations are if you're from that community. And when those locations begin to change frequently, it's really a systemic issue that says, we really don't want you to find them. We hope that you're not motivated enough.
Working with a purpose is understanding your interests, where your interests lie, and I think that should be the determinant of how you use the franchise, how you, first of all, will encourage your community to recognize where their interests lie and to vote on behalf of your interests.
Word in Black is so critical because it now gives the 10 newspapers that are involved in the project right now an opportunity to share our versions of how voter suppression takes place in each one of our cities. And it's important for our readers to know what's happening across the country as it's being reported in Black-owned newspapers.
Why vote? 18 and 40-year-olds? There's more access to college money, and if you're on the other end, it may reduce and forgive your college debt. Or you may be able to get more job opportunities. Or the fact of the matter is, you're the one who's going to be stuck with the climate change results. For 40 and 60-year-olds, why vote? It determines your taxes, your family deductions, better pay, quality of education of your children, and better health care. And for the 60-plussers, Social Security, age discrimination, a better world for your grandchildren, and better health care. If you are waiting on change or some great leader, stop. You are the change we're waiting on. Go vote.
So from the inaugural event that we're having tonight, what I'm really hoping is that the audience who we reach on tonight will be better informed, more informed about this election process and how it works.